Survival on Purpose coverage of the 2016 SHOT Show, sponsored by Through Night Flashlights. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose coverage of the 2016 SHOT Show. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. We're here with Kershaw. You know, guys, I like Kershaw, and thought you might want to take a look at some new stuff they've got out. We're here with Jim. I'm gonna let him take it away because he knows a lot more about it than I do. So Jim, first of all, thanks for joining us and taking time to show us what you got going on this year.
No problem. No problem.
So
I'll show you.
Take it away, man.
Okay. So we've got a couple new products that represent some of the cool stuff we're doing this year. First off, I'd like to show you the Kershaw Payload. This is the model 1925. This is a big, solid manual action knife, and this is kind of a tool-based knife. So now, for those of you who don't know, the way we generally build tool-based knives is we like to build them as a knife first, and then add those tools in as well. So, see, we've got a big usable blade here, comfortable jimping on the back of it. Nice hand-filling grip here. A couple fun details about large, oversized hardware. Gives a real beefy look. Nice, thick, beefy clip on it. And then, cool feature about this knife is we have an automatic bit driver. So you press this button here, it snaps out the back end automatically and locks in place. So, along with that, we have bits that are integrated. They fit right in the handle. They just slide right out. They have a little bit of a spring at the bottom that holds them in place. So the knife comes with two flat heads and 3 different sizes of Phillips bits. So really cool new knife. MSRP of $49.99. Next up, we have something that I'm calling more of a value-priced utility knife. Works great as an EDC. Also has a really nice, comfortable knife for hard work. So if you look at this. We have drop point blade, fully stone washed, 3CR13 MOV. We're going to have injection molded handles on this, but they've got a very heavy grip texture on them. Very nice, very comfortable, but you're not going to lose your grip on this knife. We also have a cool flowing pattern that runs through the handle and onto the blade. On the blade itself here, if you could feel this here, this is actually cold forged into the steel. Flip it over, we have that same great heavy texture on the back. Reversible tip-up pocket clip. This knife is SpeedSafe assisted opening and has an MSRP of $29.99.
Wow.
So that is the model 8600, and we're calling this the Portal. Next up, we have a new design from our collaborator Rick Hinderer. This knife is called the Ferrite. This is a little more of a classy knife, great for hard work, or really even to carry in your pants. You know, just as a nice EDC. You can see how slim this is with these steel handles. We have an 8CR13 MOV blade. We have steel handles, SpeedSafe assisted opening. And when you flip this over, we have a steel frame lock on the back. We have Rick's lock bar stabilizer here to keep you from overbending that lock. We have a reversible pocket clip, thumb studs or flipper actuation. The whole knife is coated in this nice gray titanium coating. And then, like Rick's custom knives, we also have this nice filler tab here. So the clip actually rests in a slot that's been milled into the handle. So if you want to swap it to the front side, you just take this little tab out and you screw that clip on over here. So, nice knife. Little over 3-inch blade, and the MSRP on this is $59.99. Now something interesting here that isn't actually a knife. This here is our new Ration Tool, model 1140. And so we decided we'd like to make our own camp tool. We thought this would be something that would be a great item, affordable, helpful, useful to have. So we've made it with a nice usable spoon. It's a good size. The tool itself has a real nice S-curve profile to it. So what that does is it makes it feel more like a real spoon. You actually have that nice curvature where your spoon actually tips up a bit, makes it a lot easier to eat things, dip into a bowl. And when you flip it over in your hand, that S-curve also works for you on the fork side as well. It has that nice curvature that makes it just easier to use. We've also included a nice carabiner clip, so you can clip this on your pack, on a belt loop, wherever you want to stow this. It's nice and lightweight, 4 inches long. And then finally we've included a bottle opener, because if you're out there in the wilderness and you have to be lucky enough to have a beer with you, it'd be a shame if you didn't have something to open it up with. So it's a great little tool. MSRP of $7.50, so in my mind, kind of a no-brainer. Nice little piece to have, it'll be helpful. Next up, we're going the opposite direction with a knife that's really quite a brute. So this here is the model 1945. We're calling this the Barge. It's kind of appropriate for a big working knife. So we have something that's just shy of being a sheep's foot blade here. It's got a little bit of curvature in that profile, but it's got a nice drop tip, so this is really great for cutting down boxes, for opening packages, for scoring things if you're cutting on a table. Really useful profile. This also has some great heavy texture on the back of the blade here. This jimping really gives you a solid grip if you're either bearing down with your thumb or getting up here with your finger for detail work. It has a injection molded nylon front scale with a faux G10 texture and a little bit of machining patterning. We have if you turn it over, we have a solid stainless steel frame lock, reversible tip down pocket clip, HCR 13 MOV blade. This is a manual opener, opens with thumb studs. And then kind of the elephant in the room on this knife would be this large integrated pry bar. So you can see how beefy this construction is. It's got these two very large screws, 3 screws here holding that single steel backspacer with that pry bar on it all together. It's a very strong design. You can scrape with it, you can pry. Got the lanyard loop here. It also gives you the opportunity to bend a piece of wire. Really great new knife. MSRP of $34.95. One more knife to show you here. This is kind of the polar opposite of what we just saw with the Barge. This is the 1025 Cinder. It's another cool new design from Rick Hinderer, one of the makers we work with. So this is a simple little manual action liner lock. It's got a very kind of unique skeletonized feel to it. This is at a 1-inch blade. It's very small, but the cool thing about this is it is ground nice and thin, so this actually slices really well for being such a small knife with such a narrow grind. It's meant to be something you can fit on your keys, so we've kind of developed that with a good detent, so you can actually dangle this on your keychain and not have a problem with it. It comes with a steel backspacer, integrated bottle opener, liner lock construction, manual action, 3CR13 steel. The handle scales are a molded nylon with a G10 texture, and also some extra grip texturing in there as well. It's sitting over steel liners as well to make sure that this is strong. Really fun little knife, great for your keychain, maybe for a lady's purse. MSRP of $10.99, so really aggressive price point on this piece. I think it's going to do really well this year. Yeah, so those of you who are familiar with our brand know that we've done automatics over the years. We've gone back and forth. We've had some, we've discontinued them, we brought them back. And so this time around, we brought them back again last year. We brought out 3 new models in what we call our launch series. And they've done really well for us. Customers have been really responding to them. They're loving them. So we've decided to come out with 3 new models for this year, in addition to the 3 we already have. So, starting off, we have our new Launch 4. It's the model 7500. This has a just under 2-inch blade, so this for us is something new. It's a California legal model. So, CPM 154 blade, black DLC finish, black anodized aluminum scales, button lock. These are made the same way as we made our other ones, where we have a nice big thick piece of billet and we're machining all these features into it. So it splits down the middle and we have an integral backspacer in those 2 handles. With 1 position pocket clip, all made in the USA. Really cool little knife, really great snap, which I know in the automatic market means a lot to those customers. And MSRP of $119. So we think that's a great price point. We think it's going to be something that's very popular at that era. Next up, we have our Launch 5. This is a new design with Ernest Emerson. So this is actually based on Ernest's Raven model. So we have a modified clip point blade, stonewash finish. Again, aluminum handle scales that are a 2-piece build. And this time around, we've decided to add this is what I'm terming a wing texture. It's something that Ernest actually did on one of the versions of the Raven that he's done in the past. And so we've incorporated that into this knife as well, with these nice heavily milled grooves. The cool thing about that is it gives you a lot of grip purchase. And those grooves exist on both sides of the handle. So it really helps with that with this knife. This also got this nice deep finger choil and some jimping up here, so you get a really solid grip on it. Cool new design, 3.4-inch blade, CPM 154, and this has an MSRP of $179.99. So, again, really nice price point, a lot of bang for your buck. Finally, the third new auto we have this year is the Launch 6, the 7800 BLK. So this has a 3.75-inch blade with a real daggerish profile. Something of a modified coffin style handle. Nice machining on the handle, makes it feel real rounded in your hand. And again, on this knife, we've also added some nice grippy texturing. So it gives you something to hold on to. Flip it over, we've also got that grip texturing on the back side. We've got a reversible pocket clip. We have our lanyard loop. CPM 154 blade with a black DLC finish. And we also, because of that two-piece construction, can create a really cool black backspacer for this knife. So, again, another fun model for this year, and an MSRP of $169.99 on this item.
Okay, so that was some of the new offerings this year from the folks at Kershaw, and I got to tell you, you know me, I like the automatic, so those things are really cool, and at that price point, I mean, that's just a really good deal for a really solid, smooth like butter automatic. So, once again, I'd like to thank Jim for taking a minute to talk to us about this stuff, and I thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing, for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing this video with millions and millions of people, watching all those ads. And once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time. I'd like to take just a minute to thank the folks at Through Night Flashlights for being the official sponsor for the Survival on Purpose coverage of the 2016 SHOT Show. It's no secret that I like Through Night. I think they offer the latest in flashlight technology at a very affordable price, and I encourage you to go check them out at throughnight.com. And thanks again to the folks at Through Night for sponsoring this video.